My name is Mike. I'm from Hiveradar. I'm brand new to the community. I've been watching a lot of you. Actually, I didn't want to say watching. I've been following a lot of you on Twitter, so I know that you guys are a really tight-knit community. A lot of your friends and even family, and you guys do a lot of cool stuff. Like a lot of you are innovators. I know you have the hub holster, and I know you guys like to play around a lot too. I know in the summer you guys were playing Pokemon Go a whole bunch. So I'm really excited to be part of it now as well. To give you some background on me, I actually started in graphic design. So I worked in-house at an IT company. They did stuff like web filters, firewalls, as well as access points. So by building the websites, by adding the access points, I got to be more familiar with the technology. And it was I wouldn't say a smooth transition, but a lot of the guys wanted me to start doing predictive planning. And after doing the first predictive plan, that was 20 floors, I could see why they wanted me to start doing it for them. It was intricate, tracing out all the different wall types, placing the APs. So again, I could see why they wanted me to start doing it for them. After that, they got me to go on site with them. It was important for me to see exactly the difference between a more live scenario as opposed to just me looking at their floor plan on a screen. So when I went on site with them, I got to see firsthand exactly what they have to go through. On top of planning for Wi-Fi, there's other things you have to keep in mind, like the cable runs, what type of ceilings they are, whether they're drop tile or concrete, even the wall types and all that stuff too. So from there, I started doing shadowing them on site surveys. And the first time I went on site with them was at a school, and they were using stuff like this. So they had a bulky battery on a seat with the tennis balls on the bottom. I've seen them ask to borrow the AV carts to put all their equipment on top of it. I've actually even seen one of these, which is the rollers from the gym, and they put a painter pole in it. So when we were on site, there were a lot of complications with that. Cables were everywhere. A lot of the time we had to go during the day, so students would get in the way, they'd trip over this stuff. There was a lot of equipment to bring on site. A lot of it would go stolen. So it just looked very unprofessional. Needless to say, that one time that I went on site at the school, they did not get that job because it looked unprofessional. So that kind of sparked my imagination. I thought, how can I make this better? So the first thing they did was they purchased a kit that's already out there. I won't say the name, but essentially what I did was I took that kit and I got rid of what I think didn't need to be in it, which was the base. So I made my first prototype, which was I took their pole, their case, and I drilled a lot of holes in this, which didn't make the guys happy after they spent the money to buy it, but I rigged up the first prototype, which is this one here. So they brought it on site a few times. Generally speaking, you're not really supposed to have a lead acid battery enclosed inside a case, so we had to think of a better way to do this, but that's where the second version comes in. So this guy I like to call Jabba, and much like Jabba the Hutt, he's very big. He's also very powerful. We worked on getting these batteries custom rigged. Each battery could run, we didn't do a PO injector on this one yet, but we were running DC power for about 40 hours each battery. The idea was to have 2 batteries in it, have the pole stock come out right from the middle, and all the custom cabling. So we put this one into like a version 1 prototype. We never went further because by this time we were speaking with a lot of engineers outside of our own company. We became a technology partner of Aerohive early on. There's no affiliation aside from the Hive, and I know we've changed the logo since then, but they really helped us narrow down exactly what they needed out of a kit. And what they wanted was something lightweight, portable, that they could bring on site that made them look professional, which is where I started from the very beginning anyway. So that was really great to hear. And that's where you have what I like to call R2, which is the small, compact, full-featured kit that we put together. So another important thing was to have this be carry-on TSA friendly, which it is. It's small enough, it's lightweight enough to be brought onto the plane, carry-on. And we tried to make something that was all in one. So whether you've been doing surveys for forever or you're just starting out, we wanted to include things that you may need on site. So I'll do, not everyone's going to be able to see, unfortunately, so I'll just put the screen up here. But we included a multi-tool that was TSA friendly, so there's no knives or anything like that. That's the one on the far top left. Laser distance measure goes up to 60 meters. An LED flashlight. You can also charge your devices. And everything collapses into the case itself. I'm going to do a quick demo right now. I have the kit here with me. Also included is the battery. So we actually got the battery to fit inside the case. DC power we've tested up to 21 hours. And I know a lot of access points are getting rid of DC, so we integrated a PoE injector that can do PoE and PoE plus, and that will do 7 to 9 hours respectively. Through Twitter and innovation, we did see the Wi-Fi stand, so now we're bundling the Wi-Fi stand with our kit. But we also do have our own integrated articulating mount, and essentially the idea behind it was that it would be able to go in wall mount deployment as well as ceiling deployment, so we still do include that. We just found a lot of guys just needed the standard ceiling mount, so that's why we did that one. So the way this works is I've just, I'll see if I can turn this around for most of you, but I've just powered up the battery. I've plugged in the special cables that we have with it. And right here on that you'll see on the screen there, there's a dip switch. We can choose DC or PoE, PoE plus. So for the sake of this, I'm just going to do DC quickly. So flick the switch, close up the case, pull the case up. One thing I forgot, sorry, was it does fit an access point in it. Right now I'm just using an old Aerohive 121, but there is enough room down here where you can fit most of your access points. So once again, the idea was to keep everything all in one. So just unscrew the top here. Attach the Wi-Fi stand. So there's a compression cap in here that keeps it tight. Like that. AP onto the Wi-Fi stand. If I can get it going. There we go. And then once again, we include all the cables too. So these have been nylon wrapped. This one is the DC cable. All the connections on it as well, go to the next slide, are waterproof. So they'll be protected when you're outside or doing outdoor surveys or indoor surveys even. So just plug this in. And then, fingers crossed, we should see the AP light up, which it does, awesome. So this will go 9 feet, and we'll collapse to 22 inches. So when you're on site and you're going room to room, it's super simple. You can basically just drop this down afterwards. Go just 2 notches, and you can roll it around with you like this, room to room. And if you're going upstairs, it's only 20 pounds, so you can even hold it with one hand if you want to. For the last minute that I have here, I wanted to give more back to the community, obviously, and being new, I was hoping that I could try and impress most of you guys, but essentially we were getting a lot of requests in to do surveys. We don't do surveys, we just make the hardware. So I figured, what's the best way to do, instead of just throwing these out, what can we do? What most of you signed up for was to win the kit, but what I'm going to explain what you did really sign up for was the engineer locator. If you don't want anybody to contact you, that's fine. Keith's been on it for a while. We don't spam you, we don't send anything other than leads from potential customers. So instead of just throwing those leads out, we wanted to, if someone contacts you in your area and they need a site survey done, we'll just send the lead directly to you guys, and you guys can get in contact and then hopefully go on site and do the survey for them. And we're doing a bit more app development. The last thing I wanted to quickly show you was we're working on a project planner. So essentially what I saw when these guys were going on site, they were using their notepads, taking pictures with their phones. If there were certain obstructions or ceiling types that they want to take pictures of, there's no harmony between it. So we're developing a project planner. what you can do is set up projects and upload floor plans, and you can annotate on the floor plan, whether it's a handwritten note, a voice note, you can upload a picture, and that way when you're home and you're going over the project, you can be reminded of things that you need to see there. So we're also going to be doing scheduling, to-do lists, revenue expenses if you have to go drive around and stuff. All that will be calculated within here, and then hopefully invoice directly from the app itself. And everything's going to be cloud app integrated, so you can use your Google Drive or your OneDrive. We won't see any of the information that you keep up there. Once you log in, it'll just sync with that stuff. So, thank you.
All right. Oh, we have a question. Do you want to?
Oh, okay. Where do you guys get the carbon fiber pole from?
Yeah, that one was tough. No, we actually spent a lot of time looking around for a carbon fiber pole, and a lot of stuff that was coming back, a lot of the samples, especially from China. I'll be honest, we went to China to see a lot of it. Everything here is, by the way, is Canada and the U.S. It's manufactured in Canada as well. We spoke to a manufacturer that had to customize a pole for us so that we could get it inside with the compression cap.
That is extremely stiff too.
Yeah, we wanted to make sure.
How stiff it was.
Yeah, we want. Thanks. That's what. I'm sorry. I've been watching The Office too much. I almost did it. I'm new to The Office. I just almost did it. Yeah, a lot of the poles that we were getting originally were like they were folding over too much. So yeah.
And for the giveaway.
Yeah, Keith, do you want to pull it out? So these are only from people who have signed up for the locator. We want to make sure that someone who's going to use it gets the kit.
Ernie, I want to sign up.
Are you guys planning on doing any type of, like the company that shall not be named, any larger stature poles?
Is that something, where did that come from, by the way?
Look at the big box.
Hey, a larger pole that goes higher than 9 feet?
Yeah.
Yeah, if there's interest, that's one thing I want to come here and see from you guys. If there's interest, we can definitely do it. I've already spoken to them about getting up to 13 to 15 feet. It's pricey. It's like an extra $300 for the middle part of the pole. The kit already itself is pretty pricey. To be completely transparent with you guys, we're a very small team, startup. This was launched in July. I've been doing the R&D for 2 years. So if there's interest, we'll definitely do it. I might even bring back Jabba if that's something of interest to you guys to do the larger kit. You never have to charge the batteries if those are in there. So
Great, thanks.
yeah.
And the winner is?
Jason Hill. Yeah.
Woo-hoo.
Tell them about the licenses.
Yeah. Oh, also, Keith, do you mind just quickly one more thing? Also, we've been, yeah, you can come up and, yeah. We've also been working with NetSpot to get a branded version of their site survey software. So if anybody is a Mac user, I have 20 Pro licenses with me. Just find me at the back afterwards, and the first 20 to come can get a free Pro version of NetSpot site survey software. Thanks.